that I will show to you today is called Lucidchart, and the purpose of this tutorial is for me to teach you how to actually learn how to use this tool. I believe that the best way of learning how to use any type of tool is by trying out each feature by yourself, and I'm going to show you how to do just that right now. So first, as you get to the dashboard of any tool, and in this case of Lucidchart, you have to take a look at the main features and buttons and what you can actually do with this tool. So whenever you come across a new tool, you have to look at what that tool can do for you. In this case, Lucidchart is used for creating flowcharts and similar graphics. In fact, you can create any type of diagrams that you would be able to create with Visio, for example. And this is also the reason why you are able to import files from certain other software. You must know that you can either create your own document that is blank or choose from a series of templates. To do this, you can either click on more templates or on this arrow. And from here, you can choose the category that you are interested in. And let's just take a look and see what types of templates we can find. So we can either have flowcharts, floor plans, Venn diagrams. This is for personal use. Mind maps, networks, even sitemaps, wireframes, because this tool can also be used for wireframing or mockups on iOS or Android, and for any other type of content that you want to create. And you can also create your own personal templates and later use them with your project. In my case, I do not have any. And for the purpose of this video, we are going to start with a very simple flowchart. And you will get a workflow, in this case, for how a support process is supposed to work in a company. And you can either choose this exact template and slightly change its words and maybe colors, or you can create it and modify it all over again. And notice that the free version of Lucidchart only allows you to use a maximum of 60 items on a chart. And this basically refers to the complexity of your chart and diagram. This is why you would only be able to kind of create simpler diagrams using Lucidchart if you do not pay for this tool. But I just want to show you what you can do with the free version of this tool. And notice how the entire menu is somewhat similar to the way in which Google Docs, Slides, and Sheets looks like. And basically what you will have to do in order to learn the tool will be to actually go through every single part of the menu and see what it does. Let's take a look at some shapes. And you can choose which type of shapes you want to include in your flowchart. And you can take elements from other templates as well. For example, to this flowchart, we can add a video, some networking icons, and in this case, we are going to choose the Google Cloud Platform icon, which again are free to use. And also, I will want some Venn diagrams, and I want them to be only plain. And we save it. And then you will get these for you to use on your existing diagram whenever you want to. Let's take this Google Cloud Platform icon. Place it at the end, and instead of end we are going to write save to cloud. And I want to select this user's icon and place it above the first element. And I also want to create a Venn diagram. And whenever you resize an element, you can hold the shift button to make sure that the sizes remain proportionate. It works just like in any other tool. And notice how the tool has automatically added some arrows because it makes it easier for you to connect some information to this Venn diagram that you are creating. And what I am making at this moment does not really make sense, but I'm creating it just for you to understand the way in which these diagram creating tools work. Then you can add text, for example, customers, and then you will duplicate this text box just to make it similar to the other one. Inquiries. You can also create some more lines, and in this case I'm going to connect these two so that the entire support process is a complete one with no definite end. Then another interesting thing that you can create is to choose to make a hotspot. And the way in which this works is that you can choose an element that you want to make more interactive. We are going to link to an external link, and in this case I will let it as Lucidchart just for the purpose of showing you how it works. If you want to see the way in which your chart, flowchart, diagram, wireframe, or anything like this looks like, you can present it, and you'll see that the hotspot doesn't show here. But if you click on it, it will take you to the Lucidchart page. So all of these hotspots, no matter how many you add, will not physically show on the final product. Also remember that if you have any problem, you can use the feature find and type what you're looking for example, font size, and the tool will automatically show you from where you can modify that. So even if you are a beginner when it comes to using this tool, you won't get lost. Another thing is that if you are looking for a specific item and you do not want to manually search for it, you can just run a search and type, for example, nature. And if there are no shapes, you might find icons and images that you can use for your diagrams. For this flowchart specifically, we are going to look for customers and use a stock photo just to show you how you can add pictures to your diagram. Obviously, this flowchart that I've just created is much too full and has too many elements. It is always best that you create simpler designs. And then the other features of the editing menu are very similar to any other tool for editing photos or text, with the additional manner for you to modify the way in which you want your arrows to look. Then I want you to take a look at the right side elements. Click on them and we will look at what each part of this menu does. So the settings part is just for you to create the exact layout of the page, of the margins, grids, guides, lines, and so on. So this will help you if you want perhaps a smaller graphic, or if you want your chart to be surrounded by larger margins and so on. And you can also comment on this chart, and you can use Lucidchart to collaborate with others by introducing their email address, and then you can just communicate with them as you create your diagram. Then for premium users, you can use charts in the presentation mode, and in this way you will be able to actually use Lucidchart as a replacement for PowerPoint or Google Slides. Then again, for premium users, a nifty hack is the history button that will let you see what you have edited in the past and even go back to those versions. Also, you can create layers, choose a theme, which is perhaps the most useful part of Lucidchart, because in this way you won't have to worry too much about the design of your chart. There's also a possibility to share this document with someone you want to chat to, and you will be able to talk to them directly in Lucidchart. Then you can link data to this tool. However, again, this is a premium feature. And finally, there is a conditional formatting that is beta testing right now, but you can use this for free, at least for now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me or just Google it and find the answer, because somebody may have had the same problem as you before, and you will definitely find the information that you need.